We did not plant any corn this year, and I'm going to cut some helping a neighbor out whose combine broke down. So we'll see how this works. He plants with a 6-row planter and we cut with an 8-row head because we plant with a 16-row planter. So it's going to be a guest row every time. So unfortunately, that 9610 is still plugged up. Rick and I both came down with COVID-19, and I am off quarantine now, finally. He, unfortunately, is still feeling symptoms of the COVID and is not feeling well. What I'm getting are these. They're the adapters to make it from John Deere's old style hookup to the PTO shaft style hookup. I guess there's a grain cart waiting there to be filled already. Something flying around me. So rather than screw around trying to get this one unplugged still, I'm just going to take the 9600 because it's not plugged. All I got to do is open some screens, some concaves and all of that stuff up, and then I'll be ready to go. So because that machine unfortunately is about 2 hours away from being ready, so I'm gonna check fluids, hook the batteries up, and go hook onto that corn head. There's a corn head. Get that hooked up here. One thing about the corn heads is they don't lean forward like the grain heads, so hooking on is usually pretty easy. So we got it. We'll hook up them 2 shafts and head up the road. He's just up the road. My guess is he's waiting for me because it's after 11. We are cutting corn! Cutting corn! I'm still getting the machine set up. I'm trying to make sure I'm not putting any on the ground. You always feel, or I always feel a little more paranoid when I'm cutting somebody else's stuff. I just worry that it doesn't do a good enough job, but I'll finish getting it set up. I'm at the end of the row here. Short little rows. So we'll get this offloaded and get back to cutting. That's the gentleman we're cutting for. He's coming with his grain cart. I got a bin full here. There's a few rows left, and then we move around the corner to another field. We're sitting waiting for the truck. He sells his corn to Purdue. We're not hauling it, so we have that grain cart full, and obviously the combine's full, so he run me around the corner to get my pickup truck. Hopefully within the next half hour or so the truck pulls up and we can get that load off and go cut another one. The truck's here. I'm gonna get them loaded. I'll get this bin offloaded and I'll go cut more he's got the grain cart there that he can unload. I guess he'll fill the trailer right full, so he'll probably take 2 more dumps from me. The truck is full, and Bob wants to start the video when I'm on it. Bob wants to fill his grain cart tonight yet, so because of the time change, it feels like it's late, but it's only like 4:30. So we're gonna fill his grain cart, which that's only like a bin and a little bit. A bin and about to the window. So usually fills the cart. He has the same cart we have, so it's easy to know. So we'll keep cutting here, and we'll get his grain cart full. Running out of daylight, sun's setting. I didn't think I'd be cutting any corn this year, but his combine broke, so we'd give him a hand. It's actually not doing too bad. He planted with a 6-row, and we're cutting with the 8. He's pretty good on his mark, really. So I've pretty much been cutting with 8 rows. There's a few spots where it'll dip down to only 7 rows, but it's been pretty good, really. So we'll get this grain cart topped off, and we'll call it good. We'll get back at it tomorrow. He said about 8:30 the guy would be here for another load, so we'll make sure the machine's full and the buggy will be full, and rock and roll. So now we can only go to about there, and then that cart will be full, and then it leaves the combine empty for the night. Excited there. We're above the window, so it's probably not all gonna fit. So in the interest of not making a mess, better get 2 hands on the job. But that's it. Done for the day, so we'll shut her off and we'll get going again tomorrow.